Hey, welcome to this episode of Ruff Talk VR. Starting the week nice and fresh again with some Monday morning news.
I so look forward to it.
Yeah, you know what? I always say it's becoming one of my favorite edition of episodes. You know, it's always good to talk the latest news, but it is kind of funny and fun just shooting the shit a bit, you know?
Yeah.
So
We don't have to throw a number score on it.
no, it's very lackadaisical. So I guess fresh to start the week, one of our favorite games. I know we love Walkabout Mini Golf as well. We just reviewed their new missed course last week and interviewed a member of their team with Edward Felix.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we are big Golf Plus fans as well. They're a little bit more of the realistic.
Yeah, it's not
golf.
mini golf.
No. And that's why I think both of these games can exist
In the same space.
Yeah, they're hitting different golf niches.
Mm-hmm.
For like realistic golf course golf, I think Golf Plus is the premier one.
Yeah, just like Walkabout doesn't pretend to be a 18-hole golf course. Golf Plus never pretended to be a 18-hole mini golf course.
No, and they both do what they're looking to accomplish. They both knock it out of the park.
I love
it's
Golf
hole in
Plus.
ones.
No,
Yes,
absolutely love it.
You know what? We haven't tested it a bit. Do you think they brought in back the?
I play it sporadically by myself just to see what's going on and the changes, and it's always only gotten better. And now it's even getting better.
I'm just wondering because I agree. I'll play it solo. I don't know the last time we sat down and did a multiplayer one. Do you think they brought back the slap yet? When you used to be able to hit them with the golf club and then it would make
We'll have to find out.
Might have to test that out tonight. But nonetheless, so they just recently dropped their newest course. It is Pinehurst number 2, which just dropped November 18th for $7.99 as a DLC.
Which is not bad.
No, and they also have another course, Pebble Beach, and also I will say Pinehurst number 2 is in North Carolina. And then they're dropping Pebble Beach from California as well for $11.99, which apparently, I'm not a huge golf, fan, but apparently Pebble Beach is a pretty famous course.
Real estate's more expensive in California than
North Carolina.
So that's why you're going to pay just a couple of dollars more.
We were even talking a little off air. I can imagine the licensing for this because these are real courses that they're modeling. It's probably pretty complicated.
Which I believe he said when we interviewed him they were looking forward to being able to do more of that. And
they said that if I recall, that he still was looking forward to making some of their own courses, but going the real true to life one is fun. I mean,
and most golf games will do that. It's like you can, at least the computer and console, you can play real courses.
Yeah, and I think that it works even better in VR. Because it's like anybody who's gone to these courses in real life.
They're not cheap, dude.
No.
It's going to cost you a lot more than $11.99 to go play some of these courses.
And they're adding new gear, including, actual, real golf retailers. It's pretty cool. They're going the full realistic route. And I think that, this is just another step in that direction.
Yeah. And I mean, I think as far as, golf VR games go, it's probably the most highly endorsed by golf companies and golfers. Yeah.
It even came out when I was reading the article about these new courses coming that they've gotten some recent big investors, including I think Tom Brady, Stephen Curry. It's like, there's some eyes on Golf Plus, and I think for good reason.
Yeah, like I said, from when we first ever played it to where it is now.
When it was Top Golf?
Yeah.
With Pro Putt?
It's like, it's funny because when I went back into it after some changes were made, and I almost felt like totally different. I'm like, I'm actually kind of lost as to what I should be.
Mm-hmm. Where do I start? Do I start as a newbie? Do I have prior experience anymore?
But no, they've just continued to get better and better, and they're pushing. I think as far as I can tell, they're pushing the graphics as hard as they can for the scope of what they're doing, and it's like
full size courses. Yeah,
and if it was one hole, I'm sure it would be 100% graphically photorealistic, whatever. But to have 18 holes, I mean, you've played the golf before. It's like you can hit the ball anywhere. So
no, they do a great job. So props to them for like Mighty Coconut, always innovating and always staying fresh.
Always on the move.
Bet.
Yeah.
That applies with Golf Plus as well. We've gotten to speak with Ryan Engel, their CEO, twice. We actually spoke to him. He was one of our first interviews. Probably had no business interviewing him back then. Complete noobs.
I'm going to say no, but we didn't.
He's a super cool dude. I think it'd be good to have him back on sometime in the future too. But huge props to Golf Plus for dropping those. Well, first that new course, then another new course coming December. So any golf fan, I'm sure that's extremely exciting news.
Make a great holiday present too. If
right?
Somebody's thinking of what to get somebody. Hey, go in there and hook them up with 2 different courses.
Right, fresh and new. And then besides that as well, the other week, probably about a month ago now, time goes so fast, we interviewed Bradley Lynch, who's, I would call him the premier VR leaker.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun talking to him about,
very educational.
Yeah, he really knocked the Quest Pro lead up out of the park. He leaked some stuff a while ago that ended up being true, which I would really say, set his credibility in stone. And now he seems he's coming back around with
back strong,
right? With HTC leaks, because HTC has been teasing that they have a new headset coming. They're just dropping all these tidbits, but there's no info. There's just clearly something going on. So apparently he got some information, and he said he had some black and white images of it on the article, but he didn't want to leak them because that would reveal the source. So he got a 3D render of it put together. It looks really lightweight. It looks slick. Apparently there's 5 cameras on it. It's going to be very helpful for tracking with all those. Potentially color pass through, some nice lenses, high quality, but the price, those minor details. Is it going to be standalone only? Apparently there's going to be PC VR support, but is it only PC VR, or is it going to be standalone? There's still a lot to come out, but another.
As far as what it looks like, though,
it looks lightweight. It looks real nice.
It looked super, super white for some reason.
Yeah,
but who knows?
We'll see how it actually, what actually ends up coming out.
I want to see the performance, I guess, more than anything,
and the price. It's one thing. Hey, you make it a B standalone headset, but it's $3,000. It's tough. Well,
that's what's. I guess it is going to come to price, and when I troll some of the groups for Oculus groups and stuff, and people will hem and haw at the price of the Oculus headset, but then some of these same people will I can't wait for Sony to get in, or I can't wait, and it's dude, do you know how much more I'm looking at posts where you were complaining about the price of the headset being too expensive because they went up in price a little. Mm-hmm. People still recovering from the ripple effect. Now it's the Quest 1 support, I guess, has got everyone all freaking out.
Yeah, games are slowly dropping Quest 1 support. Pop 1 is, and people are...
But you can't have it both ways. And I said it last week. If Oculus made a $3,000 headset, how fucking awesome do you think it would be if you're getting this with the current value?
I think what's going to be the make it or break it for this headset is it more or less than $1,000. If it's more than
it looked like at least an $800 headset based on conceptual artwork, I guess.
Yeah, I guess just on marketing towards me of the aesthetic look of the headset. I agree. It looked higher end than
well, I don't think that's going to be $400 or $500.
No, but if it's under $1,000, I think you can call it consumer. If it's over $1,000, it's hard to call it consumer.
No,
based.
They'll call that a work. That's for doing business on.
Mm-hmm. But I would say, if you're curious about that HTC, rumored headset, go check out.
Pretty slick.
Yeah, go check out Bradley's latest news on it, and hopefully we get more and more info of that.
Yeah, I want to know what the guts look like of it.
Yeah,
what are we looking at here?
Yeah, and again, cost, and for that cost, what is it bringing to the table? Because if it's $800 and it's just a lightweight Quest 2, it's not going to be worth it.
No,
there has to be something good new coming to it. So I'm curious. I'm excited, but as far as I'm concerned, just another player in the market.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
And I keep saying it, 2023 looks like it's going to be a crazy year for VR. So
yeah, so many games are pushed back to 23. So,
and that starts to make me wonder. It's are they doing that because now there's some new hardware to get it ready for that they weren't expecting a couple months ago? I don't know.
Who knows? We'll find out in 2023 though.
Right? It's going to be a good year for VR. And then besides that as well, I guess in the conversation of other headsets, Pico just came out with the Pico 4 the other month. And, as you'll hear me on the podcast all the time, Meta's my favorite. That's the first one that I really bit the bullet on, the Quest 2. But I love seeing more players in the market. So I'm a huge advocate of let's get, I hope Pico gets the most success possible. But apparently a report came out that they, I just don't get it. Apparently their units undersold expectations. Yeah. Which, hey, if you're expecting to sell 10,000 and it undersells, that's a big deal. But if you're expecting to sell 1 billion and it undersells, that's one thing. All right, whatever. So they were expecting apparently to, by year's end, sell 1 million units. And they're nowhere close to it at this point. But, what would make them think that 1 million units is achievable? I don't understand that. Right now, there's no North America release. It's Europe and Asia, and a lot of the European orders, like if people went to go order and then it was unavailable because of quote unquote unprecedented demand, but you can't order it. So if you can't get it in Europe, even though that's one of the markets, it's not available in North America. One of the, probably the biggest market for VR. It's like, and very few headsets have ever sold more than 1 million units that quick. I mean, probably the Gear VR did, the crappy phone ones, but in terms of like real VR headsets, I can only think of the PlayStation VR and the Quest 2 to hit 1 million that fast. And no offense to Pico, but they don't have that name value. Like, I just can't see in their logic what would make them think 1 million units is anywhere close to achievable in this amount of time. So,
no, I mean, I guess, if you don't have 1 million to give out, why are you setting your expectation to 1 million?
Right? If they hit,
I mean, if you can't even take orders to fulfill 1 million, and I just don't. So, I mean, the article, I read the cliffhangers of it, I guess, but I was like, I have more questions than I do answers.
Yeah, I want to know who in their right mind came up with that projection, because, I mean, I don't work in VR like that. I'm not an expert, and I could have told you that that's foolish. Like, you were going to be so underwhelmed by it.
I mean, I think it's underperforming even. I mean, I didn't think it was going to sell 1 million, but again, I didn't think they had 1 million to sell.
It doesn't seem like they do.
So,
and they're not in, and the headsets that have sold that number are in all the markets, and like, you're not in North America market. That's a big issue. I just don't get it. I
mean, I think even if they were in North America, I still don't think they would have sold 1 million.
Well, not if they can't handle the European
That's the
demand
thing.
too.
If you can't even order it, which scares me, because it's like, are you waiting for orders to turn the machine on to make more? I mean, aren't you supposed to have an inventory ready to go?
Well, part of the report was that like they were scaling down their projected numbers to order. Like, they were originally planning on ordering, I think, 2.5 million. Now they're scaling it down to 1.8 million.
But I don't even think they've sold 100,000.
So like, why would you have those project? Like,
Yeah, no, it sucks. But I mean, I'm not gonna. If I ever get my hands on one, when they do open it up in the market, I certainly will put it through its courses. But
well, no, it's disappointing, because I'm a supporter. It's like, this is just another player in the market. It's just they need to be realistic about
if
their name value, their markets they're in, and their production amounts. It's like, you can't sell 1 million units.
Well, and they could, I mean, and I know they do kind of push the marketing because they go to all the events out in Europe and such, but it's like, I don't know, maybe they just need to run a more aggressive
and give it time.
A little more aggressive campaign.
And give it time. I mean, to be honest, most of their content library, and this is as somebody who I want to see more players in the market, it's all games that are available on the Quest 2 right now, and it's like slowly getting those over, so there's not even as much of an expansive library yet.
Yeah, which I'll defend them a little on that.
Well,
just because they're new.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It takes time. I mean, I'll still argue there's probably not nearly enough games on
the Quest 2 store.
No.
Especially when you go looking, even just last night, I was like, man, I really want to play a real-time strategy, or just like a simple strategy game. No, I was just flipping through the Quest store and App Lab, and I was like, man, it's just, there's still these markets or these genres that aren't hit fully. So it's not
saturated.
It's not a knock on Pico. It's probably going to take another solid year before they get all of these games, actually over, let alone making their
first
their
they need
exclusive.
To build their headsets so that people can get it, so they can play the games, and then maybe they can meet an expectation.
I just would not have ever told them to anticipate selling 1 million units by year's end.
I mean, it all stems from one article, so it's like,
it could not even be true.
Yeah,
it could not even be true. One report.
Because it just, like I said,
it doesn't make sense.
I have more questions than I do answers based on, everything. So yeah, I just follow it more, I guess, see where it goes. But
I won't lie, I'm with you. I'm a little skeptical on the report, because it's like, you connect the lot. It doesn't logically make sense to even have that expectation. So,
but whatever.
Yeah, that is what it is. But hopefully, I'm a supporter of Pico. I'm a supporter of HTC, of Valve. Let's get them all hugely successful. Hopefully Pico does hit the U.S. market and it sells good. It'd be good for everyone. Keep Meta on their toes too. Make them constantly innovate. Right. Have a good standalone competitor. But you kind of referenced people in Quest 2 groups kind of throwing fits about Meta raising their price from, $299 to $399 for the headset.
Yeah.
Well, just in time for the holidays. This is an example of good marketing. I mean, it seems like last Christmas, I mean, even just our podcast fan base grew a lot over the holiday season. I think it's because so many people were getting
New
headsets.
Yeah.
And it seems like last year they dominated the holiday season. There's not other headsets for sale yet in the U.S. Like I said before, Pico's not in the Western market yet like that. PS4 doesn't come out till after the holidays. All that's left for VR headsets for Christmas presents, you got the Quest 2, and they dropped their headset $50 again, so now it's $350 for a headset, and you get Resident Evil 4 and Beat Saber. This is just for a limited time.
No, it's a great offer though.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's still $50 more than it used to be 6 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever.
Yeah, but you're getting 2 good games.
Resident Evil's $40 by itself.
Yeah.
And then plus Beat Saber. So, and those are 2 great games.
Yeah.
Like if you buy it, because when we bought our headset, it didn't come with any games. We had to buy our headset. I remember being like, damn, now I got to reach in the wallet.
I don't even think it came with batteries for the controller.
No, I actually did because I remember those batteries were like the most steroid batteries I've ever seen. They lasted so long. Props to those default batteries, actually. But yeah, I mean, like I bought Thrill the Fight, I bought Drunken Bar Fight, and I bought a couple other games. But you know, there was no software included, and I actually do think that that's something cool when it is included in a console. So now anybody who gets this as a gift, they're gonna fire up their headset. They're gonna get Beat Saber, one of the highest selling games, and it's smart because anybody who enjoys the game is gonna go buy DLC, so they're gonna make money off of it anyway. And then they're gonna get Resident Evil 4. One of the most popular and well-received games on the Quest store. Those are 2 great experiences to start off with.
It's good I'm happy for both of the games too for being put in that bundle.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, they're not stupid when they chose the games. They're like, we're gonna nail either audience. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, somebody who
we're
wants
gonna please somebody on Christmas.
Yeah, if you want story-based and you want to kill stuff, you get Resident Evil 4. If you're just a casual, you want to play some Beat Saber, some rhythm games, boom, you're good.
Well, it also means that they know they've got their bases covered. Someone's either going to like one of them and not the other, or they're going to love both of them. So someone else in the house, you're going to buy it for your kid or whatever, be like, here you go. And you're going to be like, well, why don't you want to play Resident Evil? You see mom or dad probably gravitate towards it.
Mm-hmm. No, whoever works in the marketing department was like, let's drop the price, $50 for the holiday, throw in a couple games.
It's a good promotion.
Mm-hmm. Just in time for the holidays. Man, because there's no VR competitors out in the United States right now of new headsets and stuff. Like I said, Meta's just going to crush it again this holiday season. It's going to take one more year till 2023 for anybody to dent that financial bullet. How do you think it's going to do this Christmas? Because remember, like I said, last Christmas was big for the headset. The Meta app, the Oculus app at the time, hit #1 on the App Store. You think it's going to be big like that again?
Yeah, I think they're going to, maybe not crush it as much, but I think on paper it's going to look pretty freaking impressive.
Yeah, I think an easy way to tell will be, how that app ranks on the App Store again. That was a pretty cool indicator last year. I remember when I saw that on like Christmas night and into Christmas morning, it was like, oh yeah. Unfortunately, it's probably little kids that are opening up these and about to dominate.
I do think there's going to be a lot of that this year. Yeah, and I think experiences like Among Us are going to drive, I won't say little kids, but like 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds to be like, I need a headset.
Yeah, but I think a surprising percentage of this will be adults, people getting some for their parents or their cousins who they know game.
Yeah, you're going to buy one for your wife because
she's been stealing Beat Saber.
We know it happened to someone in our Discord. Yeah. So, I mean, what if Beat Saber drops some special holiday edition?
Hint, nudge. It comes with the headset for $350 right now. So
yeah, actually, he should take advantage of this sale and maybe pick the wife up her own headset.
Personally, I think it's actually going to surprisingly do almost as good as last year. That's my anticipation.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do bad at all.
No, I think popularity of VR has grown over the last year. It's pretty casual now,
and with no ability, at least in this country, to get most of the competition. I mean, what are you going to get?
Well, it's kind of weird to think about, but I remember when we first started telling people that we were doing the podcast and stuff, I really had to explain what VR was and the headsets.
What's VR?
Now it's like you tell somebody you're doing a VR podcast, they're like, oh yeah, like virtual reality. Yeah. It's like it's already gotten more in the common lingo of people.
It's getting there.
So it's cool to kind of observe. And
It's the slow mainstream crawl is what they're doing.
well, let's be real. It's the end of 2022. We're in the end of November, so 2023 is gonna be here in a blink.
Yeah.
Think of where things are gonna be in 2025. Like that's gonna be it's right there. It's 2 years away. It's not far.
2025.
It's really not far. It goes so quick. It's like
So that's when Grand Theft Auto will probably drop for the headset,
for the Quest 4, you know,
as well as the Xbox and PlayStation, as we all anxiously await their next endeavor.
No, so I think it'll be a good holiday season, but great idea for Meta to drop the.
Yeah, it was nice. It eases a little pain, and like I said, the package deal they're giving you, it's like there's something there for somebody. If you have a household of 4, maybe the younger kids want to play the Resident Evil, and the adults are like, hey, I want to see what Beat Saber is about. I hear people talking about it. What is it? And then you're pretty much hooked after that.
Well, that's a great Christmas one too, because it hits so many of the people that don't play games all the time. It's a great pass around the family.
Yeah.
Like everybody's gonna try it.
And then you know what's going to happen. All of them walkabout is going to keep showing up in the store, and you're going to be like, mini golf, really?
I think that's a game that's going to benefit. When you look at people looking for family-friendly games and stuff, walkabouts.
Yeah. I think their sales post-Christmas are going to go through the roof.
Yeah, that's one of those family games that if Christmas headsets are getting sold, people are getting walkabout. I even have one of my friends who was like, he doesn't have a VR headset, but he's always like, that would be the first game I'd get.
I'm actually shocked Walkabout doesn't do a holiday edition.
Like a holiday course? Or
a holiday course, yeah. Christmas around the world, though, so you're not like stuck doing like all North Pole stuff, but you literally could do...
Christmas is in a little over a month.
Yeah, but...
Who knows? I doubt they have it up their sleeves, but...
But that'd be freaking awesome.
That would be really cool.
Because then again, Christmas around the world.
That'd be really cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, in the news of...
I don't even want royalties.
In the news of game updates as well, a game that I don't think we ever got around to reviewing it, but we checked it out a lot when it came out. I guess this is another one of those pronunciation ones. It could be Zenith or Zenith.
It's one of the two.
I think I've said both, like alternating.
I'm going to say Zenith only because Zenith is a electronics manufacturer. So it's like...
It's Zenith. We'll go with Zenith.
So
then.
Just to put your own twist on it.
Yep. No, I agree with that. So Zenith, which, one of the peeps in our Discord, Amelia, she's big on Zenith. So and she's been looking to do meetups for it. Unfortunately, the timing doesn't always match up with our unfortunate real work jobs and stuff like that. Nope. So if anybody's been playing Zenith and wants to...
Or if you haven't been playing and you want to learn, I'm sure she would actually...
Yeah, go join our Discord. You're going to...
Go to game meetups and be like, I want to play some Zenith.
Yep. You'll
probably get an audience.
Yeah, absolutely. But they just rolled out a new update, including the addition of pets. Which pets are always
Who doesn't like pets? Yeah.
Come on. That's for an MMO. What Zenith is an MMO. You pick your class, you pick your, you're going to be a DPS or a tank, or you're going to be I forget the exact names of the classes, but one's basically like a magic base. The other one's more of a sword fighting. I remember when we played, you did the magic, I did the sword. Who doesn't want a pet in an MMO,
I know. Kind of seems fitting.
Right? Apparently there's going to be some like visualization increases and some more end game content, including some voice characters, some cutscenes, that kind of stuff. But some new areas. But one of the things that I was super excited to see, I remember when we played it, we weren't the biggest fan of the tutorial.
No.
It wasn't the best onboarding experience.
A little rough.
Yeah, and it was just, I don't know. It didn't like capture you into it as well as it should for a game like that. But they're revamping the tutorial. I've already heard great things about it. I need to go check it out myself. Maybe I make a new character and start fresh from the beginning. But that's awesome. I love when companies are able to go, okay, that might not have been the best. Let's listen to some feedback and screw it.
Let's fix it.
Yeah, let's make it new.
No, I'm actually happy we didn't review it when we originally had gotten it.
That was part of our logic too, is it felt like that there needed to be...
I don't remember if we betaed that one. I think we did.
I think we had it a little early.
Yeah.
But we just felt like that there were some quality of life things, that it was a great game, but our score is not going to be fair to it.
We'll see where it goes. But it's definitely gone because, again, there doesn't seem to be shortage of people willing to play or want to play.
And part of the end game content, I think that I read that they're adding like some more raids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which my brain instantly went to like, Okay, that would be a cool Discord one. We get like 10 Discord members.
Go on raid sprees.
Go hunt down a hard to beat boss. Hell yeah.
No, I get it.
So that one has potential.
And
so
it's a long game, so it's not.
it's an MMO, so
Yeah.
it's, you know.
You're in it for the long haul.
What's cool about a lot of MMOs, you can kind of casually play them too. You know, people get hooked on them. They sink a lot of time in them, but you can, you know, play it once a week, make a little progress, do it socially, you know.
But again, if you're on Discord, jump into ours and for sure.
Yeah, and you can find that Discord link because I always love to push it. In the same spot, you can find our Patreon link. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. You can find that link right in our show notes, which is the episode description. So if you go, hey, what's this episode about? You click the show more info, whatever. You'll see all the links for Discord, Patreon, all of our sponsors, all that fun stuff. Speaking of which, do you want to take this moment to do our, you know, got to keep the lights on ad break?
Go for it.
Yeah, why not? You know,
They keep it flowing, so
keep the show rolling. So, you know, we'll be back with you in just a moment. We'll take a little break from our sponsors, and then we'll come back to you with the rest of today's fun. This podcast is brought to you by Kiwi Design, the leader in MetaQuest and VR accessories. And now you can deck out your device while supporting the podcast. The MetaQuest 2 is a great headset, but do you ever feel things could be a bit more comfortable? Well, we have the solution for you. With lens protectors, controller grips, face covers, head straps, link cables, headset stands, and more, including my two personal favorites, the top version controller grips with added weight and an extended handle, and the Kiwi upgraded Elite strap. Let's be real, we've all whacked our controller. Don't be the guy messaging Oculus support for your own mistake or waiting weeks for an out-of-stock controller. Visit the link in our show notes to prepare yourself today. After visiting the link in our show notes, make sure to use the promo code Ruff Talk VR at checkout, all one word, to take full advantage of your savings. And make sure to click the link in our show notes so the podcast gets credit and you help support us. Remember, whatever you need, Kiwi has you covered. Fall is in the air, and our friends at Vincero Collective has sponsored this episode to make sure all of our listeners are accessorizing their autumn outfits with premium watches, jewelry, sunglasses, and more. Their top-tier designs make sure you look class while you save some cash. Other watchmakers have insane markups, so that's where Vincero steps in. You can have the looks of a premium lifestyle without breaking the bank. For a limited time only, get 20% off plus free shipping site-wide with our exclusive code RuffTalkVR at VinceroCollective.com. I love the high-quality feel and fashionable look that Vincero Collective brings without breaking the bank. Vincero Collective designs everything in-house, sources their own materials, and produces in small batches so the quality's at the highest standard. Whether you have a work meeting or a nice date planned, a high-quality watch can make a great impression. Vincero offers many attractive designs for the modern individual. In addition to watches, Vincero just launched their commuter bag. This is the ultimate travel bag specifically designed for someone who likes to look good while traveling. This product is made of 100% recycled nylon material, so it is lightweight and you can support a sustainable cause. Vincero Collective also offers iconic sunglass styles with polarized lenses and 100% UV protection. You can block out the sun with style. Feeling confident? Add on to your look with their essential yet sophisticated necklaces and bracelets for both you and for her. And with holidays sneaking up, this is the perfect gift for yourself or someone you love. Buy it before they sell out. But you don't have to take my word for it. With over 30,000 5-star reviews, they have been named GQ's go-to brand for premium lifestyle accessories. Get 20% off plus free shipping site-wide with the code RuffTalkVR at VinceroCollective.com. Support our show and use code RuffTalkVR at VINCERO Collective.com. Accessorize your life at an exceptional price with Vincero. We are excited to announce our newest Ruff Talk VR podcast sponsor, VRlist.xyz, a marketplace for VR talent that just launched April this year and already has over 100 members as of October. At VRlist.xyz, they believe the metaverse will usher in new opportunities for all those who partake in it. With that, they asked a simple question: how can you find VR creators? Unhappy with the results they found, it was time to take things into their own hands. They've embarked on a journey to simplify how those looking for VR services can connect with those who supply them. VRlist.xyz is an open marketplace for VR creators, instructors, entertainers, and proprietors to proudly showcase their talents and spaces to potential clients. And with already over 100 vendors listed, including Stratus and yours truly, VRlist.xyz is quickly becoming the premier VR talent marketplace. Again, that's VRlist.xyz to find the right VR talent for your needs. All right, we've returned, and that about concludes it for news. However, we've been testing out a couple new products that were sent to us for VR accessories. I think that this is a good opportunity to talk about it. Two of them are from one of our sponsors, Kiwi Design. They're the premier VR accessory company, in my opinion. But then we have another one from a new VR company for controller grip. So we'll get to that as well. If you really don't care about new products, you're totally happy with your head straps, everything like that, you really don't care our opinions on it, it's been a nice Monday. We'll see you on Wednesday with our thoughts on Among Us. But if you're always interested in pimping out your headset and your VR experience a little bit more, I guess you can hear some thoughts from us. So I actually think I have some of them right here if you want to hold the mic for just a second, Stratus.
Yeah. No, thus far, everything that I've tried has been amazing.
Yeah, it's been a fun month. It's been like an early Christmas. All of a sudden, we went from no boxes coming to like, oh my God, where are all these boxes? It's cool. So the first one, this might be one of my new favorite VR accessories.
Oh, it is.
Oh my.
It is for me. I mean, yeah.
It's the one I use all the time now. This is like, it has to be on my headset. This is the Kiwi Design. I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you about to say?
No.
I was going to say, this is the Kiwi Design rechargeable battery head strap, which you can find the link to it in our show notes, the episode description again. It's $89.99 on the Kiwi Design store. Of course, you can use code word Ruff Talk VR or any other discount codes that they have available at the time. But, right off the top, what's cool is, so A, you get extended gameplay with the rechargeable battery part.
Yeah, you do.
So it's like what? Oh, geez, I don't have the exact number in front of me. I don't want to.
I've actually yet to max it out from me draining the battery in my headset and then plugging that in and then draining that in one sitting.
No way. No, you'd have to put, I don't want to say no way because there's people who they
Live
will,
in VR.
but it's hours. No, honestly,
it's more than you need.
I don't even think I've hit the second light down, when we're done. And we've done some longer sessions with this. So this is really cool. Right off the top, it's balanced really nice. So all the battery weight's in the back. So, that the Quest 2 is a front heavy headset. So having that additional weight in the back actually makes for a more evenly distributed experience. It's very cozy. They have like this nice back padding for the back of your head. That's really nice. It does the same open and shut that all the headsets do. You just twist the back. That's the
click.
Yeah, that's the current, like, I guess you could, for lack of a better term, meta. Like, that's the one that everybody's doing, is that nice twisty one right now. And then even the top head tightener is really foam padded. So it's a very cozy experience. In terms of practical application, it's real easy. The cord just hangs right out the side and it clips right in there when you need it. And then there's even like this little cord attacher on the side. So if you didn't have that, your cord might hang down lower, but it keeps it, a tighter experience, I would say. So real simple. It's really balanced, good in weight. But in terms of functional use, this is the most practical head strap for me.
Yeah, with everything, with all the little gizmos and gadgets I've seen and some that I've tried, that's now my...
This is my standard. This is my go-to.
Yeah.
Because
it works too well.
Why don't I
It's comfortable, and I don't have to worry about having a backup battery pack because this one's, attached. So it's like...
There's been times where
works out great.
One of us has to put down our headset and go run and grab their battery pack real quick, and it's like, oh, it's like a.
Then I usually put mine on the top strap, and so now I get this dumb weight on the top of my head. It's so dumb.
Yeah. Versus this, it's like, oh no, you see that low battery?
The counterweight is nice.
The counterweight's real nice. Versus like you said, a dumb weight on the top, or a lot of them click on the side, and it's the shit being able to just grab the cord and just go click. Yeah. Now you're still in the experience. It's nice. So, this one to me is probably my new favorite head strap, but we have one other head strap to talk about. Again, that was the Kiwi Design battery head strap. This next one you actually tried it before me, and right off the top, you're like, oh man, Pop One's a game changer. So let me grab this one real quick.
They got amazing sound quality in this one. 'Cause it's essentially the same headset.
I didn't throw away the box on this one, so I actually put it all back in the box. But this is the Kiwi on-ear audio head strap. So no battery charging. So for me, it's like I'm probably always going to use the battery pack because I like the long session with you. But if you're playing like a competitive shooter, what this thing does, it has, here, I'll take it out of the box. It has these nice like on-ear, I guess, speakers. Remember Logitech dropped with the collaboration with Meta their advanced audio, and then instantly you saw the companies like Kiwi like, hold my beer, let's do that better. So let me put this box down real quick. So if we're playing a game like Pop One, dude, these are like no joke.
Yeah,
audio attachments.
You totally know where the sound is coming from.
Yeah, I never really think that the default Quest speakers are bad.
No,
it never
they're
sticks
not
up
until you try something else.
Exactly. Especially for something like, I keep saying it, a competitive shooter, because like, all right, if you're playing a cinematic game, this is going to make it a way more immersive experience. Because you're blocking out the background noise. Now it's advanced audio. But a game with footsteps where you're playing against real players.
Yeah, it'd be nice to hear that.
You're almost at a disadvantage knowing that people are on PC VR with these, nice ear attachments, and then other people have these ones on their Quest. Yeah, you're at a disadvantage.
You're screwed.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, if you're looking to get the next edge up in competitive gameplay, or you're just looking for a more immersive experience, maybe people talk to you all the time while you're trying to play VR, you just want to lock yourself in a bit more. They really, I don't know, they not cancel out the outer world, but I don't know, they lock you into the VR experience real nice.
Yeah, and they got a nice little like spring activation type thing. So if you're worried about where your, maybe your ear is in more, don't worry about it.
Or you're like me, you have cauliflower ears. So like sometimes the ear, like if it's an earbud, not like headphones like we're wearing now. I mean like the earbuds that go in the ear. That's hit or miss for me.
No, they're comfortable. My only beef is that it doesn't have the battery back. If that thing had the battery pack.
Yes, with this audio.
And don't think I didn't try to modify.
You were telling me.
I didn't take it apart. I'll tell Kiwi right now I did nothing to do that. But I was like.
You were debating it.
There must be a way that I can modify it so that I can use both. Because that right there would be the ultimate home run.
Yeah, if you could have this advanced audio.
Yeah.
Plus the extended gameplay.
Audio quality was good.
And I mean this one, so the extended battery headset one that we just talked about before was $89.99 from Kiwi. This one from Kiwi, the audio one, is $79.99. So even a little less than the battery one. And it comes with that same back cozy attachment.
Yeah, all their headsets come with the nice comfortable
the nice foam
back and head strap.
So I mean, when comparing these two, I think both are great. Both are definitely worth the money. Both are cozy experiences. In terms of which one I prefer, I'm going to go with the battery pack because I'm an extended gameplay guy instead of the audio. But if I know I'm only going to play for like an hour, my battery power isn't an issue, and I'm just going to play Pop One, this baby's going on, and I'm locked in,
Yeah. For the things that need great, and that's why the marriage of the two would be the best in the world. Because now it's like you're getting top quality audio and enough hours that you'll get tired of VR before your battery will die. It's like, come on, man.
Like this goes perfect with, that new app that just came out, that Stadium one that shows the live sports.
Yeah.
So you go to watch a UFC event, you throw these on, but a UFC event's long. If you had that long battery charging too, it'd be nice.
Yeah, but if you want really good quality sound, they're really nice.
And what is convenient too is, so the weight is balanced nice on it too. It's most of the weight's more on the sides than in the front or the back. So, it doesn't distribute as much as the battery one, but it also doesn't add front weight in an uncomfortable way. But since it plugs into the headphone jack on the Quest, you could still then attach, like we used to do with the battery packs.
Yeah.
You could use it. It's not like it's hogging.
No, I didn't want to because of already the amount of weight being applied to it already. I just knew it wouldn't be comfortable.
I got to think that they're working on a hybrid. The ultimate head strap. It's because
I hope so, because it's really a shame because I really enjoy the sound quality.
These are really good headphones.
Yeah,
And I agree. You actually made a good point. That wasn't actually something I was going to mention, but the padding of them and the shape of them makes it good for all ear shapes.
Yeah, nothing's going in your ear, nothing's going over your ear. It's just laying flat on your ear.
I even had to get new headphones for the podcasting experience. We needed new headphones for increased quality, but the last ones we had, keep saying I got cauliflower ear. Like anybody who's watching on video, my ears look like somebody chewed on them, and in some ways, like they stick out like this. Yeah, it basically stepped on. You know, it's sticking out. So if there's a hard plastic in the middle right here, my ear is going to start to push against that. And the same way for earbuds, if it goes in here, I mean, sometimes I can shove it in and then it's not coming out.
Yeah,
but it's not always the best experience. So for these that are just soft and gentle,
yeah, they don't cause no harm.
Even for somebody like me, you know, that's
I give them credit on both of them.
Yeah,
I just wish that they were one.
Who knows, man? And look, one's $79.99, the other's $89.99. You know, you got to think a hybrid would be like 100, 110, 120, but that's
I was thinking 120.
But then you know you get your base headset. You add that, now you have unbelievably good audio and hours of gameplay. Like you just turned the Quest 2 into
How about if they offered, and I know you won't like it, but the little push-in models,
but for the same reason I just talked about.
But the same manufacturer is making their current audio.
Yeah, whoever they partnered with.
Yeah, it did because again, the first thing I went to was Pop One. I'm like, I want to see, I want to hear, I want to see, I want to see the hearing.
You were impressed.
Yeah, the minute I jumped in the pod and I could hear the burners right behind me, I'm like, that's perfect. I turned my head and I could hear more from that side, more from that side.
And that is something that you can struggle with that bass audio of the regular headset. Like, where's the noise coming from?
Yes.
You know,
you need to know. And there was no doubt when I heard like a gunshot, I'm like, I know exactly where that is.
Think of that for snipers going at you too. It's like sometimes that's an issue when we're not
audio
using
was a game changer in Counter-Strike. If you didn't have really good, I can't even remember who the best audio was back then, or headphones you'd want to get.
Yeah,
it wasn't Logitech.
It shuffles. I remember for Xbox gaming when I was in high school, it was Turtle
crazy.
Beach was big too. But no, that's why I can see why this would enhance like a cinematic experience. But I think the real bang for your buck is if you're a competitive shooter fan. Like this is going to enhance the VR experience so much.
Or even watching freaking movies.
Yeah.
Which seems a lot more people are doing in VR.
Or if you have a lot of background noise, you know, that kind of stuff, it really kind of locks you out.
That was the other reason I liked them, was not for me hearing background noise, but was for the amount of background noise that I'm creating.
Yes. If you play with, you know,
Open
your significant
speakers.
other watching, whatever, you know, they can still watch TV easier.
I get on my fiance's nerves nightly.
Blasting that thing. So she's probably a big fan
in front of the TV, you know.
She's probably a big fan of the audio straps then. So 2 great headsets from Kiwi. One the battery headset for $89.99. The on-ear audio strap $79.99. Both distribute the weight really good. But damn, that battery powered one's now on my. If I were to make a list of like must-have VR essentials, this is your Dscruffles starter pack. That head strap's going on it without a doubt.
With the battery, hell yeah.
Now, the last product we got, you know, it's not from Kiwi. It's from another seemingly new company. I don't know if they're new, but they popped up out of nowhere with this product. And I've seen it make its round, I guess, across content creators, for lack of a better term or anything. It's a company, I hope I'm pronouncing them right.
You're not.
It's Abika, or Ubika. It's Aubika. So they Abika. That's what my brain went to.
Abika. Okay.
Maybe.
It'll now be known as Abika.
If it wasn't before, it is now. So they sent us some rechargeable hand grips.
Yeah.
Which I was real curious about these because we use the Kiwi ones, which are on my list of must-have Dscruffles starter pack essentials, you know? And those were cool because of the extended handle and the battery changing slot. So then these guys come in, they're offering these, and I'm like, ooh, now I have to take off one of my favorite VR accessories to test these. Like, it's not just testing, it's like I'm no longer using one of my favorites, you know? So I was excited to see. Let me grab these real quick too. Actually got my controllers in them right now. So I was excited to see they followed the same extended grip handle that Kiwi offers, and theirs, it actually almost seems like they probably use the same manufacturer, or like they're very much designed off of that shape. So it's got that nice extended handle. I held them side by side, both without the controller, and they felt about the same weight. So you're getting that nice additional weight that the Kiwi one offers as well. But the big difference between this one and the ones we had before was, on the ones we had, you had like a battery changing slot.
Mm-hmm.
So, you pop it open. It was actually
change it on the fly.
On the fly.
I just did that the other night.
It's wicked easy. These ones are rechargeable, so there's no like flap to change out your battery or anything, but
all solid.
It's just fully rechargeable. Charges right in the bottom. So that's freaking cool. No more battery waste. I mean, so far while I've been using these, battery life hasn't been an issue. On their store page, they say 20 to 24 hours. Depending on usage. I can't comment if it's that number because, like, it starts to
haven't played for 20 hours in a straight run.
And then every couple of uses, I'll charge them, so it doesn't end up hitting that point. But it charges in the bottom there with USB-C, and they give you like a default good USB charger that, one end goes into the charging block, and then it splits into two outputs, so you charge both at the same time. I mean, I guess theoretically you could charge them while using them. I just haven't done that. So, I mean, it's got just about everything I love about the Kiwi grips, except no more batteries, just recharging. I think if I had any negatives, well, I mean, they sell different color ones. This is a really minor preference. They sent me white ones. My Kiwi hand grips were black. I really like the color black more for my controllers, but that's so minor. These actually don't have a wrist strap, though. They only have the knuckle grip.
Yep.
So you pull it like this to tighten it, just like the Kiwi, like all of them do. You pull it here. But I don't think I ever needed them. I don't think I ever hit that point that it came off my hand and I've relied off the wrist strap. But the Kiwi Pro grips have a wrist strap that goes here as well that you can tighten. So then you get the knuckle grip and the wrist strap with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that extra peace of mind, depending on the game you're playing, is very nice.
It's just like a seatbelt.
Yes, you might not ever need it.
Might not need it, but the one time I do, it's going to pay for itself.
I don't want to feel this slipping from my hands and know that there's nothing else to stop it.
And because of the way they're designed, there's not even a way that you could like drill modify a hole in the bottom of it to put a strap. So
perhaps
anywhere you put a strap is going to make it really wonky.
Mm-hmm. You can tell it's kind of Mickey Mouse doing it like that.
Yeah.
So I love them. They're super convenient. They work how they should, but the no wrist straps is the only negative I could think. Other than that, they're a great, controller grip. It's only $35.99 on their store as well, so they're a very good price for what you're getting. I think maybe you could tie a wrist strap around the where it pulls to tighten the knuckle grip. That's the only way I could think to do it. But other than that, it's a great one. Now they didn't come with, remember the Kiwi ones came with the
Halo.
The Halo, which goes right on here, which is a great peace of mind. This didn't. So it's minor things like that. The Kiwi ones are more expensive, but they're offering different things as well. Kiwi, you're getting that nice wrist strap with it too. They're giving you those nice Halo protectors, which I'm telling you,
they're worth it.
They're worth it. They're great peace of mind. But I think that this is just another great product on the market. If you're looking for, everything about the Kiwi one with rechargeable, then
I was impressed.
I was very impressed. It's got really good usage. I would just, hopefully a version 2.0 comes out sometime with some sort of ring protector here, and then a wrist grip. And I think that there's no way to make these better.
Maybe the knuckle guard, I would probably foam it a little different.
Yes, I remember the Kiwi ones are very padded foam.
They're very padded.
If you feel this, it just feels a little bit like silicone, like that kind of like just rubber.
Yeah, it's not hard.
But it's not
as
cozy.
Doesn't cause any discomfort.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at, if I were to make it better, how would I do it? It would probably be that, and definitely the wrist strap.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's nice to see other companies really stepping it up.
In the rechargeable concept with, you never need to change it, just plug it in. It's really cool. I don't think it's perfect that there's like nothing else that you could improve yet, but like, damn, for a first version 1 for a company I've never heard of that just seemingly came out.
Yeah, it's a nice product.
That's a really good product. Now, because these guys are always so competitive, all these different VR manufacturers, you already know in 3 months, everybody's going to have rechargeable Pro grips, That's the way it goes. But so 3 good products talked about, a bunch of good news. I think we can wrap it up for this episode. And then we have, we made no secrets about it. No. Last week, we'll be reviewing Among Us this upcoming Wednesday with our full thoughts, final review. We did some public lobbies. did some more private lobbies. I think we feel, man, we how funny are private lobbies with the right group?
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
Yeah, we have it'll be a good one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll have the links for all those products in the show notes, and then of course, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, join our Discord, which we've been saying is heating up. It's getting hot and spicy, a lot of activity. Join our subreddit, and then stay tuned for Wednesday for our full thoughts and review on Among Us. Sweet.
Take care.